Friendly Neighborhood Gamer here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my top 3 rifles for farming XP. Before we get into the video, I want to say thank you to everyone who's subscribed and liked my channel. I really appreciate it. I'm going to continue making videos. Today's video is going to be a non-glitch video, however, glitches are used in the video. Now, with that said, let's get straight to the point here. First up, we have this beautiful black powder rifle. And this black powder rifle, it's going to have faster movement speed while aiming, bullets explode for area damage, and damage increases as health decreases. One of my absolute beast of a weapon that I love to use. Now, the thing I like about this one the most is that I can kill anything insanely quick with this thing. It just takes out enemies with ease, no matter the enemy. Now, most enemies this can annihilate in just a few shots. This was a really hard one to get. I was lucky and got it from the purveyor. Usually the purveyor gives a lot of crap weapons, but I was very lucky to get it, and I have held on to it ever since. Luckily, I never sold it. Equipped with the mag glitch, man, this thing is a beast to be reckoning with. Now, with the mag glitch, it does work on this weapon. Same with the VATs, where you can just endlessly fire at an enemy. It also works with the dragon as well. If you're looking for something you just want a 1 or 2 shot, this is the weapon for you. However, it's very hard to get. Next up, of course, we have one of my favorites, the Fixer. This variant that I have is going to be bullets explode for area damage, damage increases while health decreases, and 90% weight reduction. Now let's go see this bad boy in action. Jumping into one of the Primal Cuts events here, I'm just going to be killing some enemies with this bad boy. And as you can see, it does a lot of splash damage since the bullets explode to all the enemies around it. So even if you don't get a shoot at the other enemy, you're still getting XP for the ones that it does the splash damage on. The thing about explosive weapons is they're such a nifty thing to have because of the splash damage. Now, and they have some nice range, especially when you have a Fixer and you have the right attachments on it. Usually I have the mag glitch paired with this so I don't have to keep reloading because it makes it a lot more powerful when you don't have to reload as much. But still, 20 rounds is pretty effective for most enemies. I got really lucky with this drop. I was able to re-roll one of my previous Fixers to this beauty. So it took a few tries, but finally I got it with some luck. Now, I'm sure most of you already know this, but I highly recommend re-rolling your weapons with the legendary modules instead of trying to get your weapons from the purveyor. I seem to have a lot better luck that way than taking my chances with the purveyor. And supposedly, your chances of getting better prefixes for these weapons are going to be better with re-rolling than they are getting them and spending script with the purveyor. So you might as well spend script on the legendary modules. Next up, we have the Tesla rifle, probably one of my favorite weapons to use because you get the chain reaction with the electricity shooting the enemies. This one's definitely probably my favorite for events and everything just because you get all the chain reaction electricity that travels from enemy to enemy. So if you're shooting one enemy, it's going to go to several other enemies. So if you don't get to them, you'll still get XP if someone else kills them. Also, not to mention that it does an insane amount of damage because I have a 2-shot, 50% limb damage, and 90% weight reduction. Let's see it in action right here. As you can see, it takes out enemies pretty dang fast. And usually I have it paired with the mag glitch. Usually most of my weapons are just because I can fire endlessly. It takes out enemies pretty stinking fast. I don't know why, but this thing is so sexy when you're shooting it with all those electricity beams coming out of the rifle. It's such a beautiful sight to see, and it just amazes me and wows me every time. This weapon makes short work of most enemies. It does some pretty decent damage to the bigger enemies such as Earl and the Queen. However, it doesn't do as much damage as I would say the black powder rifle just because if you glitch the black powder rifle, you can do an insane amount of damage with it, firing it over and over in the VATS mode. Now with these Primal Cut events, you don't want to miss any enemies. You want to get as much XP as possible. So this weapon is going to give you the ability to hit every enemy you can. It doesn't have the best distance in the world, but it still has a pretty good distance, being able to travel a decent amount of short to medium ground. But like I said earlier, when you're in these events and you got all these enemies coming at you, you're going to be shooting them, and this will be traveling to other enemies. So if you don't kill the other enemies, at least if someone does kill them, you'll get the XP because of the chain reaction from the lightning bolts. My favorite events to use this guy on would be Radiation Rumble and Encrypted. Because of all those close quarter enemies, you can just get so much XP so quickly with this thing that you just rack up the points. Even just farming West Tech with this thing is very fun. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. This was just a quick video. Let me know what your favorite rifle is and why you like to use it. Thank you so much, and we will see you guys again soon. Press the damn subscribe button already.